Hi guys, my name is Greg. I made this little video just to give you a feedback on my little experience of fishing the Pacific coast of Costa Rica since I moved there 4 years ago. First of all, I want to apologize for the English term. As I am French angler, I will try to do my best. Today we are going to speak about inshore fishing here in front of the place I'm living in the Bay of Tamarindo. Speaking about inshore fishing, I talk about short distance fishing spot less than 5 miles from the coast. The deep is around 50 to 100 feet. So we are using different techniques due to the season. Dry season from December to March, humid from April to August, and rainy season from September to November. Let's talk about, first of all, during the humid season. This was interesting in this video today. In this season, I'm targeting all kind of fish. Jack trevally, amberjack, mackerel, tuna, rainbow fish, grouper, mullet snapper, big snapper like we call it here, cubera, pompano, of course roaster fish, but my favorite, still the tuna. Yes, this great fighter. So first of all, looking at the ocean condition, rough, calm, clear, tinted, moody, activity on the surface or not, birds, dolphin. Personally, I like to begin by jigging in the head of the rock, drifting from spot to another. Hope you enjoyed this little video, guys. If you plan any trip in Costa Rica, it will be a great pleasure to welcome you in our hotel in Tamarindo. Name's Bo, right on the beach, and give you all the tips you need to have a good day on the ocean. In a future video, I will talk to you about the shore fishing from the beach. So guys, now let's talk about the fishing gear. So beginning with the jigging material, I used to fish with let's see, 3 different rods. I have a slow jigging rod, so with ocean jigger reel. This rod, very light rod, 30 lib, 30-pound rod, and with a PE3. So and use a shock leader of 60 pound. This is for slow jig, so I will use with slow jigging, depends of the current, depends of the dip, little jig like this one. Okay, so this is a 60 gram jig, up to 200 gram jig like this one. Okay, if the current is very important. Other rod, use a spinning rod also for jigging. I like to use this one. This one is medium heavy. It's like a 50-pound rod with a Stella 8000 PG. This reel is a reel for jigging, and it will be for tuna fishing. I use a PE4 on this one, and a shock leader in 80 pound. So what kind of jig I use? Much more, we are high speed jigging, so I use jig like this one. Okay, up to 200-250 grams with this rod. A very good one of my favorites, working very well in Costa Rica, is the Vortex, from 100 gram to 50 gram. This one is very good, it's working almost everywhere. We don't talk about the color, but as you see, the color depends on the angler, but my favorite color, always around the blue, and mixed blue and white. Why? Because I'm definitely everywhere I'm fishing around the world, I always took some fish, so there is not really I can't talk you about the color because it's up to every fisherman, every angler. The only thing you have to know is the deeper you go, the less color you have. So you have to know that the blue color is the color with the green one, but blue color definitely is the color you have under 50 feet of depth. 50, 60 feet, you only see blue colors. First of all, the red color will be for surface because under 10 feet, the red color is not visible in the ocean. So red, orange, and yellow are the first color to disappear when it's deep, and you will have after green, and blue is the last one. Okay, so using jig with pink color as the depth is more than 100 feet doesn't change anything. So I use a lot of blue because I want to be the more natural possible from what the live beds look like in the ocean. And sometimes I use very flashy color like yellow, like this popper. Why? Because I use it when the water is a little bit more tainted, like muddy water. When there is muddy water, you have to use lure like pink lure and lure with flashy color. If not, the more clear is the water, the more close to the reality the baits should look like. Also, so I talked to you about this rod for jigging, and the last one, we can say this one is a heavy rod for jigging. So I put a Stella 20,000 on it with a P8 and a 150 shock leader. So this one is a huge rod. So it's a 80-pound rod, and I use it just when I'm sure I'm gonna be like on a big Kubera rock, and I want to have enough strength and enough drag on my reel to get out the Kubera from this hole, or when I'm targeting big fish like big amberjack or big tuna. But in the area, I can say it's not my favorite rod I use in Costa Rica, because when you do inshore fishing, the fish is not so big. But it's not my favorite fishing technique. But if you like to fishing with live bait or trolling a little bit, this kind of jigging rod can also do the job. So you can troll with it, and you can also jig and also fishing with live well. So it could be a good thing to have this kind of rod on the boats. Okay, so that's for jigging. So you see plenty of little jigging, slow jigging, high-speed jigging. The good thing with slow jigging is you can target a lot of different fish, and it's pretty effective. After, let's talk about fishing in the surface. So when there is activity, I bring usually 2 rods, not more. I begin with a little rod. This is a 30-pound rod. So you can take almost every little fish you can find in Costa Rica. I put 6,000 Stella on it with a P4, no, it's a P3 on it, and I put 40 ellipse shock leader. So with this kind of rod, you can take a lot of bonita, trevally jack, little yellowfin tuna, up to 10-15 kilos will be okay. Over the size, it could be a little bit complicated, very long fight. But little roaster fish, all this kind of fish you can have in inshore fishing, it's enough with this kind of rod. After, use another combo with, this is my favorite, it's a rod for fishing tuna, but I also fish roaster fish with it, mahi also when they are hunting. So I use a 14,000 XG Stella also, and this rod allows to cast like a lure up to 150 grams, 180 grams, and this one is built with a very good carbon blank, and it allows also to cast little jig, because little jig, casting jig and little lure, because when you are targeting tuna, even if they are big, sometimes they are hunting little fish, little live baits, not big one. So you need to to cast some little lure. So what kind of lure I use in Costa Rica? Most of the time, when they are hunting, I am using this kind of lure. This is from a French company named SAG. This kind of lure. This lure is thinking lure, and you just put a simple hook with a piece of assist, or you can also use it with triple hooks, as you want. This lure is very good for the tuna, and good reaction on it. So definitely little stick bait floating, and you just have this kind of action, and it's very, very attractive for tuna, and you can cast it very, very far from the boat. That's a very good lure. Also, I use this also for tuna. It's working very well. Casting, it's very heavy, so this lure, it's very good for tuna. This kind of lure could be good everywhere. So the principal action of this is flapping on the surface of the ocean, and it's very good for roaster fish also in this area. So you fish roaster fish near the shore, casting very close to the waves before they are breaking, and roaster fish like this kind of action, like flapping on the surface. So you have this kind, and you have other kind of flapping. You have the ranger also, but this one, ice cream, are very good. What can I tell you about popper? Everywhere you go in the world, fishing exotic, there is one lure not to forget, is the feed popper. This one works almost everywhere. So I put a single hook on the back and a triple right here, and this lure almost work on every fish. So this one is a very good lure also. For tuna, one of my favorite is the Brit also. This one is rattle, so you have make some noise. I put some two simple hook on it, and this one go very, very far, and this is a killer for the tuna. It's typically the target of the tuna. The size is good. It's very heavy. You can it's working very, very well. So this one is my favorite for the tuna. Also, you have a bigger popper if you're targeting like cubera, big cubera snapper, as they are usually standing about 30 feet deep. So you have to bring them up to the surface. So you need to make a lot of noise. So what you use this kind of popper. This one is named cubera. You have a good name, and is making a lot of noise, and could bring the big red snapper at the surface. Also for other species, but this one is very good for the snapper. I also use this kind of Australian lure. It's a stick bait also. When the cubera are hunting, it's a very good lure. And that's it. What can I show you? I use shock leader. Why I don't use fluorocarbon? I don't use fluorocarbon because it's very expensive, and fluorocarbon is very interesting when the water is very clear in the shallow water, and when it's very clear, like in the Caribbean fishing. But here in the Pacific, the water is always tinted, even if it seems to be clear. It's tinted. The shock leader do the job, same as fluorocarbon, even better sometimes, because it's easy to bow, and that's a very good shock leader. This one is Varivas, very good thing. What can I tell you more? I think it's yes. Don't forget the gimbal. Don't forget gloves. This is the device to do the FG knot. I usually do the FG knot on every single knot I do the FG knot like this with this kind of bobby knotter. It's helped me to do the FG knot. For me, it's the strongest knot you can do. And after, for jigging, I use ball bearing, but when I'm fishing with popper and stick bait, I only use solid ring. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show you. So I use a double solid ring like this, and after I put a swivel, and I put the lure right there. Okay, so this is very strong, and no surprise with this kind of things. Okay, and for the knot, I use on the solid ring, like the double solid ring, I use a knot called a tube knot. I usually do it with a little piece of tube of could be I don't know how you call that in US, a chupa chups tube in PVC, and I do a tube knot, very good knot also. So that's it. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget your sunglasses, and also for the lure, I usually use also BKK for triple hooks. For me, they are the best. And Honer hook for the simple hook like this. These are very good also. Hope you enjoy, and hope to see you in the future in Costa Rica.